Hello, folks. Welcome to episode number 49 of Listen in 3D. I'm your boy Justin, aka Too Tall for You Fool.
And I'm Netta, aka Wondrous Net.
And together we're both Team 3D, the hosts of Listen in 3D, where we discuss, dissect, and debate the music and the albums in the world of hip hop and other genres. If you like what you're seeing, give the video a like or dislike, comment with any comments you may have or feedback, share it around, and definitely subscribe. If you do subscribe, subscribe to all our other social media accounts as well, TikTok, Instagram. Helps us out a lot. You can either watch the show here on YouTube or you can listen to us on whatever listening platform you would like to hear us on. So, um, with all that out of the way, Netta, how you doing? What's good?
Not much. How about you?
I'm good. Just listening to music, listening to some good old music. So, this is the second episode where we do just a random pick, and like I've said before, we select these albums from a generator of just albums I put into a generator and just scrambles them out. I mean, we'll make adjustments here and there as we see fit, but we primarily did hip hop albums. So I keep saying that we're gonna do some more genres, other genres. So, I mean, unless you count the Beastie Boys, I think this is our first real rock album that we've actually reviewed. Were you excited about it before listening to it, or any pre-listening thoughts before we discuss it?
I really went in pretty blind. I know the name Red Hot Chili Peppers for sure, but I really went in blind.
All right, Red Hot Chili Peppers. We already gave it away. You gave it
Oh,
away. Give it away. Yeah, I'm just kidding. Kind of like one of their songs. I don't know if you heard their song. Give it away. Give it.
oh,
uh,
that's them.
Yeah, yeah, it was from one of their previous albums. It wasn't on this album, but give it away, give it away, give
Okay,
it away now. All
okay,
right,
I do know that one.
you do know that song. Yeah, it was. Yeah, if we do Red Hot Chili Peppers again, we'll definitely do that album next. Which one are we doing today?
So today we'll be discussing the Red Hot Chili Peppers' seventh studio album, Californication. It was released June 8th, 1999. It was certified 8 times platinum. It peaked at number 3 on the Billboard 200. It has singles including Scar Tissue, All Around the World, Other Side, Californication, and Road Trippin'. There were music videos for all the singles, and they had no guest appearances.
All right, thank you for that. So a little bit about the Red Hot Chili Peppers. They are an American rock band. Maybe they've done like all sorts of rock, from alternative rock to funk, punk rock, hard rock, even a little bit of hip hop as well, as you could probably notice in some of their songs. Yeah, they've been all over the place. New metal, just name it, and they've influenced a lot of bands too. They formed in the early '80s. Vocalist Anthony Kiedis, if I'm mispronouncing your names, I apologize. The bassist Flea, their drummer Chad Smith, and the guitarist John Frusciante. Um, Pretty much, those are the four current members now. They've had a few lineup changes over the years. It originally started with Anthony and Flea and two other guys, Hillel Slovak, may him rest in peace, and Jack Irons. They attended Fairfax High School in LA, and then pretty much their self-titled debut album came out in 1984. They didn't really get popular until their fourth album, Mother's Milk, which was their fourth studio album. That, I guess you can kind of say, got them into the mainstream. That's around the time they added what's his name, John. Uh, yeah, John. We'll just say John. Yeah, that's when they added John into the group. And then their next album, one of my personal favorites from them, Blood Sugar Sex Magic, would be the next one that they would put out in 1991. And that's a good album. It had You Gave It Away, Give It Away, and it has that song and um, Under the Bridge, a whole bunch of other stuff. If we ever do another Red Hot Chili Peppers album, we'll probably do this one. I actually do have that album on vinyl as well. It's one of my favorites actually from them. Um, John left the band for a minute, but this would be Californication would be the first album where he would rejoin them when it came out in 1999. Um, Producer of the album we're familiar with. We discussed him before. Rick Rubin. He produced the album, so definitely we've talked about him on the show before with the Beastie Boys, Run DMC, even a while back on the Black album with Jay Z. That was that song was fire. 99 Problems. So yeah. Just a little bit about the Red Hot Chili Peppers in terms of what they've done over the years. To this day, they still do touring. They actually recently did a show on the East Coast in Virginia and I want to say Florida. I do want to see these guys in concert. I know, yeah, they did a. They're on tour right now, and they have like special guests going on these tours. And um, one of the guests on some of the recent shows that they did was Ice Cube, believe it or not.
Hmm.
So yeah, they're good friends with Ice Cube. They've done work with them before. They're actually in one of Ice Cube's music videos, a song called "Wicked." So yeah, if you ever check out that music video, folks, those white guys tearing up stuff in the video, that's Anthony and Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. So, so yeah, they are pretty connected to the world of hip hop. Um, so that's a little bit about them as a band, not individually. So I guess for me, I guess I would have to say I really didn't get into the Red Hot Chili Peppers until high school. Just experimenting with just other music genres besides hip hop. This came about. I know Californication when I was like a freshman in high school. Like the album was real popular. They were on MTV all the time. This album low key kind of put them on the map because their previous album it wasn't as big as what they had done in the early '90s. So this was, I guess you can kind of say, a bit of a comeback album for them in terms of that. What any thoughts on the Red Hot Chili Peppers? Like you said, you knew the name, but like, did you have any friends that listened to them, or have you seen any of their like videos or anything like that?
Honestly, no, not that I know of.
Just the songs you're familiar with. That's it, pretty much.
Yeah, like I've heard that Give It Away" song, but I never heard. Even once I listened to this album, it didn't ring a bell. I mean, I liked it, but none of it rang a bell.
Oh, okay, okay, all right, for sure, definitely. Um, with that being said, let's see. Let's go into the album artwork. What did you like about it? Um, what did you
Um,
see? Because you're better at seeing stuff than I am apparently.
I don't think I saw anything that unique here. It was like it was interesting to me how it's like a pretty normal poolside scene, except for like the reflection in the pool. You know, it shows a red reflection of the blue sky. But I thought that went along well with the theme of the album about how Hollywood or media in general it influences public perception and kind of distorts images. Um, that's kind of what I got from it. What did you think?
um, I'm not gonna lie. When I first saw it, well, I was gonna say when I was a kid. Well, when I first saw it way back in the day, I personally thought it was like lava or something, but and that like the upper part was like maybe like swimming pool. But yeah, but when I seen it years later, like if you look closer, it's like definitely the blue skies, and then it's like the red inside the pool reflecting the sky. So uh, I really didn't know what to make of it too much, if I'm being honest. But just I mean, it's pretty unique. Red Hot Chili Peppers, Californication on the corners of it, and then just the nice scenery. For the most part, I mean, I do like the scenery, the green scenery.
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, it didn't really not. Yeah, couldn't really make much of it when it came down to it, if I'm being perfectly honest. But um, Yeah, but I mean, it was unique, definitely. They've had some other weird album covers if you've looked at their discography, and I would say I'm not gonna say I wouldn't say this is their worst one, but I think they've had better in terms of like other album covers, if I'm being honest. But I always do like an album cover where the artist or artist or group in this case, just is on the cover. So I think it was clever. All right. Let's see. Let's go into the beats. Or yeah, I mean Rick Rubin produced it, so a lot. I mean a lot of good ones on here. What'd you like?
Yeah, I liked how they really kicked it off. I liked Around the World. I liked that beat. I also liked this Velvet Glove.
This Velvet Glove. Okay. For me, it was a toss up. I like the beat from Easily. Um, Emmett Rummus and I Like Dirt. I think were pretty good also. And then Around the World was a good one. But I would have to say if I gotta go with the best sounding beat favorite in my opinion, I had to go with Easily. I think Easily was a really good beat tune to get down to. But
Yeah,
definitely a good one.
I don't think they had any beats that I was like, this is ass. They were all they were all really good. I thought.
Yeah, it's I mean some beats were slower than others, but I mean if with Rick Rubin, I mean you ain't gonna go wrong. I mean
Yeah,
that's one thing I've learned with him. Like he will bring the fire.
yeah. I think his willingness to go and bend the genres and not just stick in one place
Mhm.
probably really works in his favor because it doesn't really matter if he's doing hip hop or if he's doing this rock.
I'd say
He's
it's
just
more
really good in
alternative, but
all.
yeah. But yeah.
Oh, alternative.
Yeah, alternative rock, I
Yeah,
guess, but yeah.
whatever he's doing, it's also it's always good.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. All right, so go to let's start with the singles. I mean, there were five singles, but for the interest of time, we're just going to discuss the top three. We will start with Scar Tissue. Well, I'll let you kick this one off. What do you think of Scar Tissue?
I thought it was kind of a sad song. He's describing these scars that nobody can see, that he feels like separates him from others. He says, scar tissue that I wish you saw, Mr. or I'm sorry, sarcastic Mr. Know It All. And he views himself as like having a perspective of a bird. With the birds, I share this lonely view.
Mm.
So I thought it was kind of a sad song, but it was a good song. What did you
Yeah,
think?
it was a little depressing. People like it though. I mean, great beat, great melody to it. The first verse, scar tissue that I wish you saw, scar tastic know it all. Close your eyes and I'll kiss you, cause the birds I'll share. Yeah, definitely. So I mean, that was first verse. Second verse was a little interesting. Ah, push me up against the wall. Young Kentucky girl in a push up bra. I was looking for the girl in the music video. I was like, where's the girl? No girl? Okay, no girl. Gotta move on. I'll fall all over myself to lick your heart and taste your elf. Cause I mean, definitely, yeah, definitely a sad song. And they're beat up. And in the music video, I noticed like when they're in the car or whatever, like scars and everything. So I mean that I think the music video definitely cleared the way, like in terms of like not cleared, well, reflected the way in terms of what they were trying to prove. So I mean, I thought it was pretty clever how they did that. I mean, just
Yeah, they were kind of showing all the scars that I guess they wish everybody saw, and they're
mm,
all riding around. Some of them are hurt in the stomach, some of them are hurt on the head, and
yeah,
even their instruments are kind of beat up because one of them is playing a broken guitar.
yeah. Well, the broken guitar made it, but not the girl in the push-up bra. But I also do like the scenery of the music video, how they're just driving around, in the desert. The only thing kind of a turn off, and me in black and white videos, but I mean, yeah, it's 1999. They're still making black and white videos, but no, overall, it was all right video for the most
Yeah.
part. But good song, good. Um, definitely a little more on the sadder end, but it was pretty good. All right, let's go with probably the second most popular song on there, "The Other Side." Um, I love the chorus. How long will I? Well, I'm not a singer like Anthony, but but I mean, yeah, I just like how he starts it out, and then the beat was really good. I think his voice really matched how he was singing with the song, and then just definitely the verses, and then uh, the pre-chorus, take it to the other side, take it on. I would have to say my favorite verse from that song would have to be maybe the third, maybe it's second verse. Well, centuries are what it meant to me, a cemetery where I marry the sea. A stranger thing could never change my mind. I gotta take it on the other side. I like that second verse there. And then music video, if I'm being perfectly honest, and I think you'll be surprised, it was low key my favorite music video. I thought it was a little creative, like how they did like the whole like tower scene and everything. And then I think it was the only music video where they all weren't just kicking it with their shirts off and their jeans or whatever. I was like, come on, change up the wardrobe, guys. So I thought it was a little bit of a mix up when they did this video. So I'm like, okay, this is cool. If I'm being honest, I just had to throw that out there. What do you think of the other side?
Yeah, it was my favorite music video too. The way that they
Yeah.
had experimented with shapes and uh
Oh yeah,
the
the shapes
the
also. That was nice.
the objects that were in there, like it was just very interesting to look at, really. And the way they got the guy playing the drums on that circular, it looks like a rotary dial phone, just a whole bunch of rows of rotary dial phone. He's playing the drums on that. The other guy is playing his guitar on the telephone wires. um and he's on one guy is playing the guitar on one singular string. It was probably the trippiest music video we've seen yet, but it was
It definitely was
probably,
trippy, but I mean, between the other
yeah,
other four that five that we saw between on this out, yeah, it was definitely the best one, most creative one. I feel.
yeah.
So
Honestly, it was one of the most. It was one of my favorite music videos we've watched so far. Period.
really, okay, that's
Yeah,
cool.
it was really good. It was just it looked crazy, but it's very interesting to look at. The song itself, the other side, it almost reminded me of Crossroads a little bit. um because they just keep talking about this other side. it
Yeah,
just it just reminded me of Crossroads, and it was kind of a sad song also, but it was really good. I read something a couple years ago. It was just like, why do humans like to listen to sad songs? And it's like, you when we listen to sad songs, like, it does make us sad, but it also makes us happy too, because we're like connected with the world in a sad way or something like that. But yeah, it was sad, but it was really good.
yeah, yeah. Definitely, it was a sad song, but definitely one of the Red Hot Chili Peppers upper echelon of hits. It's on their greatest hits, and a lot of people love this song too. I believe on Spotify when I was looking at it, it had over like a billion views. If I want to check, yeah, it has. Yeah, a billion
Wow.
streams. I mean, yeah. So the second greatest song behind the one we're about to talk about next, but um, yeah, it's a lot of people love that song, whether you're a fan of this band or not. So I mean, can't take anything away from the other side. Excellent song. So now go to probably the best song on this whole album, Californication. Well, at least stream wise, at least on Spotify, it is, and I'm pretty sure you'll see the same on iTunes slash Apple Music. But um, see, Californication. I guess this song just reminds me of just being in California, California native. It so for me, it touches close to home. I like the fourth verse where space may be the final frontier, but it's made in a Hollywood basement, and Cobain can hear the Spears singing songs off the station to station, and Aldrin's not too far away. It's Californication. Cobain, I believe he's referring to Kurt Cobain. Yeah, then he can hear the Spears singing songs off station to station, and then space. The first part of it, space, maybe the final frontier, but it's made in a Hollywood basement. Just talking about the struggles, of how Hollywood is, how California is, and then of course the chorus, "Dream of Californication." I mean, I think I would have to ask someone who's not from California if they dream of a Californication when they come to California. I don't know. I mean, well, I guess I'm talking to you. Well, I guess that. What were your thoughts?
I don't know that I dream of Californication when I think of California, but I think of, you know, the great weather,
Mm,
wine, and
mm,
definitely Hollywood and lights, camera, action, shopping, glamour, all that kind of stuff for sure. Um, in the song, it seems like he thinks that Hollywood and maybe media in general is a destructive force. It makes people hate their bodies,
yeah,
be it in a state of mental warfare, and it simply presents a distorted picture of the world. I think that's why I said that about the album cover. Like you got the blue sky, but when you look into the pool, it looks like a red sky.
yeah,
Um, but also, he adds, which I thought was an interesting twist, when he says, destruction leads to a very tough road, but it also breeds creation. So he's saying, like, the same destructive force that he sees in Hollywood or the media is also generative of new ideas and innovation and creation. So I thought that was very interesting. The I have a question for you about the music video, of course.
yeah.
As
I
a
figured.
gamer, as
I
a
figured.
gamer,
I saw it
as a
coming.
gamer, how did you view this particular video game? Is this Californication video one you would want to
Uh,
play?
yeah, maybe back in 1999. Well, graphically today, I mean, obviously they're using that, N64, PS1 graphics. So obviously, that didn't age very well if I'm talking about today. But back then, maybe I probably would have. Maybe. I mean, I didn't. What I didn't like about the music video was how they were kind of just. I mean, I understand the song Californication. They wanted to go all over the place, but think they just did a little too much, especially that snowboarding part. It was just like, why the hell are they fucking snowboarding? Like, seriously, like, I don't know. Just maybe I'm just being a hater. I think when we saw the 50 Cent one, some episodes back, he just kept it simple. It was just like one scene in Vegas or whatever. I think this one just tried too hard to just go all over the place. And it would be one thing if they just say like in Hollywood, and then I mean, they did put like um some famous landmarks, like LA City Hall. I do remember seeing that, but I felt like whoever designed it didn't. It felt more like New York to me than it did LA, if that makes sense. I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm
Okay.
just hating, but I mean, it was a great song, but I didn't really like the music video that much. I mean,
It was definitely kind of all over the place. Like on 1 minute they're like snowboarding, then they're riding a dragon,
yeah,
flying up next to UFOs, and then he's like pedaling some contraption in the sky. Uh, I thought it was pretty good graphics for
Yeah,
1999, and
yeah.
especially
The
the way they're
graphics,
like
yeah,
replicating how the
yeah. The graphics,
performers themselves look.
yeah, yeah. The graphics were pretty good for the most part during for the time, and even with the whole band itself, how they were able to do that, and then just to do the special effects. I'm not gonna take anything away from what they did there, but just how just the scenes that they just chose to do. That's just I think it could have been done a little better. I mean, it'd been a
Yeah.
long time since I had last seen the video, so just I was kind of taken by it if I'm being real with you. Like, oh, I forgot it was CGI. It's just like if I saw it back then, it's just like I didn't really care too much for it, if that makes sense. But now it's like
Yeah.
analyzing, giving my honest opinion, it's just like, yeah, yeah, I would have did something different if I'm being completely real, but it is what it is. All right. So Californication, great song, great. Yeah, like I said, best one on on the album. So get into our favorite part of the show, which is our three favorites. Um, what three are you going with? I'll let you go first.
So I liked Californication, Savior, and Easily, with an honorable mention for Parallel Universe.
Okay, yeah. For me, Californication. So that was the one song we had in common. The other two I'm gonna go with was Around the World, Parallel Universe, and then honorable mention of Easily. Easily came close. So it was between that one and Parallel as my third, but I had to go Parallel Universe. I thought that was just a little better. All right, so Parallel Universe. So Easily and Savior. Let's go. Let's talk about Savior. What'd you like about that one?
I liked how he was kind of just talking about idolization, and he's not. I mean, most people would just say, "Hey, you don't idolize anybody," but he's kind of like approaching it in a more subtle way. He's like, "Look, I know you're gonna idolize somebody, but maybe just see them as just a human being or a person instead of like a actual god." And I like when he says, now I see you in a beautiful and different light. He's just a man, and any damage done will be all right. And he says, dusting off your savior, forgiving any behavior. He's just a man. And I like when he says, a butterfly that flaps its wings, affecting almost everything. Because I'm like, wait, did the movie, the movie Butterfly Effect,
Hmm.
did this come first or did this song come first? I'm not too sure, but it's
I think this butterfly effect, I think, was made in the early to mid 2000s. So I think the song came first.
oh, okay.
So yeah,
So
I could double
that
check that, but yeah, I think the butterfly. If you're talking about the one with Ashton Kutcher, yeah, it
mm-hmm.
came. Yeah, it had to be early 2000s.
Yes. But yeah, I just really liked that song. I liked his spin on, how to treat a savior.
Yeah, it was. I like the message in the song. Definitely a good message. Had a pretty good beat, but for the most part, didn't do it for me in terms of something I'd take back to my playlist. If I'm being perfectly honest, but good song. Um, let's see. Next one, we'll go with your other pick easily, which was one of my honorable mentions. One thing I will say about the song, it had a great beat, and definitely I like where they're going with this song for the most part. But it was your pick, so I'll let you take it away.
I like when he says, "Throw me to the wolves because there's order in the pack." Because I think it's how do I say it? Like, when you get thrown to the wolves, you're gonna get torn to shreds. But he's like, "Fuck it, just still throw me to it because there's structure and there's order and perhaps even familiarity there." So he's just like, "Fuck it." And I like, I don't know if he's talking about when he says, "Looking mighty tired of all the things you own, everything must go." I like that. It's kind of talking about what do you call it? minimalism,
Minimalism.
minimalism.
Oh yeah.
Uh, and when he says the story of a woman on the morning of a war, remind me, if you will, exactly what we're fighting for. Because it's just like when you look at individual lives and you just wonder, well, what is all this for if we might kill innocent people or harm
Mm-hmm.
innocent people? I like the perspective he takes with that. And then when he says Shaolin shouted a rose from his throat, um, just this imagery that it creates in my head is just bonkers. I'm just like
Mm.
shouted a rose from his throat. That's really strange. So I really like that song.
Yeah, yeah, very, very good song. Definitely great. One of the best beats on the whole album. So definitely like the message behind it. So we'll get into my first pick, Parallel Universe. Uh, let's see. I like the first part where he kicks it off. Deep inside of a parallel universe, it's getting harder and harder to tell what came first. Underwater thoughts can breathe easily. Far away, you were made in a sea just like me. He likes to talk about sea a lot, I notice. Let's see. I love the chorus too. Christ, I'm a sidewinder. I'm a California king. Obviously, not in that pitch that I just did it, but I like how he went hard in that chorus, and then definitely I think the beat really matches the song very well, and just overall good song in terms of just delivery and everything. Not too long, and definitely in my opinion, definitely one of the better songs on the album. What were your thoughts on Parallel Universe?
Yeah, one of my favorite lines in it when he says, "You could die, but you're never dead." Spider web, just this
Mm,
idea that everything is all connected. I really love that, and I agree. He's a great singer.
yeah, Anthony, yeah, really good singer, very very good. And then Around the World, this I would have to say is my favorite song on the whole album. Yeah, I like how verse one, like, well, all the verses, like, instead of singing, like, he can sing, and he low key was rapping here for the most part.
Yeah.
All around the world, we can make time, romping and stopping, cause I'm in my prime. Born in the north and sworn to entertain ya, cause I'm down for the state of Pennsylvania. I thought that was a clever line there. And then the chorus, I like how he just goes into one pitch and it just starts doing the chorus like in a whole different tone. It's just like, damn, like, yeah, this guy can rap and this guy can sing. Oh man, he had some pretty fly verses. Bonafide ride, step aside, Mike Johnson. Yes, I could in the woods of Wisconsin. I like how he likes to highlight, different parts of the world, or I guess you really U.S. in this case. Um, he had some pretty clever lines here in his rap verses. I want to say I'm not even gonna call it singing versus rap verses. what were your thoughts on Around the World?
Yeah, I really like the song too. I thought the album was going in a different direction when I heard this first song and he starts rapping. I'm like, oh, okay. Like I thought it was gonna be like more of a Beastie Boys kind
Oh.
of thing, but yeah, it kind of switched up.
Yeah, that
And
definitely switched up.
I like when he says, I know for sure that life is beautiful all around the world. I thought
Hmm.
that was a
Yeah,
really
yeah,
touching line.
yeah, yeah. That was a nice chorus. Um, it would have been perfect for me if the music video was better. I thought the music video sucked. I think it was actually arguably the worst music video. If we were talking about music videos, I think even the Californication one I thought was better than that one, and the other song Road Tripping I thought was a little better than that. So yeah, it's like it kind of reminded me of the Cypress Hill. What's that song by Cypress Hill? Insane in the Brain. It kind of reminded me of that music video. It was just like I think they just went a little too simple there. I think I mean you're talking about going around the world. I mean, maybe you could have did something I think a little more
Yeah.
world profound in the music video. I mean, this is just my opinion. I mean, I'm not. like an analyst or well, me, I am analyze me, I'm not like an expert on like how to do your music videos, but I feel it could have been done better if you get what I'm saying, right? Or you understand? Or
Mhm.
what were your,
Yeah.
did you have any thoughts on the music video or any of the or even road tripping for that matter? Since we're on the subject of music video.
Um, I really only watched those three or those three, so
Okay.
I'm not even sure.
All right. Well, just if you get a chance, you could just watch it later. Just let me know what you think.
Okay.
Yeah, even if it's a single that I know we're not gonna discuss, I'll just watch the music videos just to see how it is. But but overall, just your thoughts on the song. You thought it was just gonna be like a BC Boys kind, and then just went in a total different direction for you.
Yeah, yeah. I really did like the song. It was really good, and he's going through rapping and then singing. It was really good. So I was like, okay, I see where this is going, but it wasn't going there.
Oh, yeah. No, not really. No. All right. So with that being said, album cuts and expansions. They did do a deluxe edition in 2006, remastered with 3 additional tracks. If you guys do get a chance to listen to them, feel free. Me personally, I been listening to a lot of music lately, and I just did not have time to listen to those. Um, recommendations. I think I got some pretty good ones for the time. Incubus, Make Yourself. Lincoln Park, a band I think we'll be doing sooner rather than later. Hybrid Theory, and the Foo Fighters. There is nothing left to lose, and then a lot of great rock bands during that time, and along with the Red Hot Chili Peppers whole catalog, definitely check them out. If you like this one, their next album, By the Way, is also a masterpiece as well, and the one I have on vinyl, Blood Sugar Sex Magic, is one of my favorites from them. I would highly recommend that one. If we do the Red Hot Chili Peppers again, we'll probably be doing that album, and I think we'll have a lot of fun with that one. All right, so closing thoughts on the album. I'll let you kick this one off, Netta.
So I'm new to this world of alt, so I can say that you know, I enjoyed it. To me, it's a departure from anything I've ever heard. It was an enjoyable departure,
Mm.
but whether it's a departure from alt in general, I'm not sure. But I would certainly recommend it to anybody who likes music.
Yeah, for me, I would say one of the main reasons why I chose this one, I guess, I mean, when I do these picks for like our choices or whatever, I don't want to do like I don't want to be too biased when it comes down to it because I could have easily just chose my favorite one and just like, all right, let's just do this. But definitely when I look at these, I also want to look at what people liked about it. So I figured this was a fair album. I think this is regarded as probably their best album. So I decided let's just check it out, go with it. And I feel like listening to 3D in general is just about experimenting, and I think I made a pretty good choice. So I mean that's
I agree. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you. All right, so with that being said, for oh yeah, before I forget, any tracks you're taking back to your playlist?
Oh yes. Easily.
Easily, I'll probably take that one back. I'll probably,
Savior and Californication, yeah,
all
and
right,
probably Parallel Universe too.
Early Universe. Okay.
Yeah.
Around the world, like I said, favorite song on the whole album. That's already in my rotation enough. So, in terms of other songs, definitely Parallel Universe. I know it's on their greatest hits, so I'll probably put that on the playlist for a little while. Savior. I mean, if you liked it, I'll definitely give it a listen, and easily definitely also. So, and then Californication, I've heard many times, so probably won't take that one back, but. Definitely easily Savior, Parallel Universe, and well, Around the World I already listened to, quite frankly. Just those. So let us know your favorite tracks or tracks you didn't like. If we got anything wrong, feel free to fact check us in the comments. For Netta, aka Wondercent, I'm Justin, Too Tall for You Fool. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We will see you on the next one. Later.